Hello, this is Blue Heron Tarot. We're going to do a read for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is going to also, you could do the sign of Pisces if you believe in 13 signs astrology. See if that resonates as well. So, this is an astrology spread, so this is going to include everything, Aries. This is going to include relationship, your general energy, your career, what's going on in the home, what's going on in your creative expression, what's going on in the shadows, what's going on in your friends group, you know, all that good stuff, okay? You are cutting out anything that doesn't serve you. You kind of have this energy of like, if you ain't good for me, you're out, you're gone, okay? You have a strong, powerful voice that's cutting through, speaking truth. So some of you are cutting out things, some of you guys are going through dark night, or there's a lot of anxiety or a lot of restless thinking. Cool. So some of you guys are sort of ascending here, cutting out things that don't serve, cutting out the old, cutting out those anxieties, but also observing them, speaking about them, knowing what they are, knowing what your shadows are, rising above them, because you're choosing emotional fulfillment. You're choosing happily ever after. So you're looking at the things to cut out in order to attain this happily ever after emotional fulfillment, 10 of Cups energy. That's really cool. Seven of Swords, there's been a lot of conflict in the mind. Again, she's looking at the things to cut out. So I'm thinking, you're cutting out the anxiety, you're cutting out the conflict, you're cutting out the trickery, the trickster energy, you're cutting out the duality, moving into unity. Now, all right, so we have 7 of emotions, 2 sevens here. So this has a lot to do with relationships. Some of you guys might be cutting out a relationship or somebody who's indecisive in relationship, okay? Or even worrying about relationships altogether, cutting out a relationship that caused a lot of conflict, a lot of confusion, a lot of blocking your path, your abundance. Okay. You're very inspired in the realms of communication. I feel like you're a very good communicator right now, Aries. You've got truth to speak. You know about the blocks. You know about the shadows. You know about the trickster. You know about the unknown. You know about the confusion. You're speaking it, you're calling it, and it's allowed to dance. You're naming the demon and it's dancing. And it's inspiring. Some of you guys might be teaching about these truths and these knowns, how to move into emotional fulfillment by looking at the shadow. You know what I'm saying? So there's an inspiration of collapsing duality here going on, collapsing the trickster energy, seeing it for what it is, seeing possibly how you manifested it. We have the King of Voices, and this is the Muse of Voices, by the way, and the Queen of Voices. There's a divine couple here. There might be somebody gonna be in your home life. For some of you, if it's somebody you know, you guys might have dealt with a lot of insecurities together. But I think communication's coming in stronger for you and this person. All right, you and who else was juggling this? Libra. So some of you guys might be dealing with a Libra. If not, you know, maybe there's a Libra in your home. You have a lot in common with them. But there's some emotional confusions. Maybe you're juggling a lot of options right now when it comes to love, or when it comes to different ways of making money. Maybe you're like, what makes me really happy? I have so many options in career, so many options in making money. What should I do? For some of you, there's been a dark night of the soul, or a collapse of like self. Like in a disillusionment of things that were built off of fear. I almost feel like a collapse in duality for some of you. What is serving your health is letting everything that caused you fear and anxiety and conflict and confusion to be gone, to be destroyed. Okay, it's like some of you guys, it's a detox. It's a physical detox. It's an emotional detox. It's cutting things out. It's detoxing. It's removing that which isn't healthy. A lot of sevens here. So this is a lot about a relationship that was confusing. There's trickster energy. never aligned. It never told you the truth. It caused you anxiety. It was hard for you to see. There was a veil in it. It was hard for you to see your own light. And you're now seeing it. You're now seeing the truth of this relationship, the tricking of it, how it kept you from your emotional fulfillment. It's all collapsing at this point. You're letting it all go. If you're staying in this relationship with this person, there's no longer, they can't trick you, and you can't trick yourself, and you can't trick them. It's just more clarity. So through this disillusionment, through this ego death, there's a new start. There's a rebirth. There's a new start. And there's a rebirth in either relationship or building a life not on fear. There's a rebirth. It's a death to fear, a death to the trickery, the death to the confusion, the death to the veil, and a new beginning and a new start. Some of you guys are learning or going back to school, or you're seeking higher truths. You're a studier of higher truths. Oh, interesting. And you're going to start doing a career that you love. For some of you, it will involve children. Some of you will meet your significant soulmate in your new work, in your career. Some of you are working with them. A lot of balancing out your energy and career. Some of you guys might be working with children. All right? You're surrounded by a lot of children. Maybe you guys are working in a career with children in it. Protecting of your inner child, protecting of other children. Some of you have children. You really are about protecting them, cutting out things that aren't protective of your inner child or the children in your life. Some of you guys might be really inspired by either children or the groups of friends that you're in. 10 of voices in the 12th house, Aries. Let me get a final card just to get some final energy. Not two, just one, please. This is an interesting reading. All right, okay, wow. Some of you guys have a hard time with this Tower. Some of you guys have a hard time letting go. Some of you guys have to lose things that you have built because it wasn't built to make you happy. Maybe it's a career that you have to let go of. A lot of you, it's a relationship that you have to let go of. It looks like maybe you lost some of your stability in it, some of your money. Maybe you're having a hard time completely letting go of the life you once knew. But I'm also kind of seeing it as you're cutting out those attachments, as well as the Queen of Voices is the leader and the main energy of this entire reading. I see you protecting your inner child. I see you protecting children. I see you cutting out anxieties and attachments and illusions and trickster energy and confusions and veils. To protect your inner child, to know your truth, that releasing this is the best possible thing for your health. Some of you guys are releasing addictions as well to other people and to substances so that you can be free from those kinds of heavy attachments. You've been stabbed in the back a gajillion times, and you're seeing that pattern. And again, you're cutting out the people, the energies, the thought forms that lead that energy, okay? It has a lot to do with relationships because there's there's 3 sevens here clarifying the 7th house, okay? I do feel like you're gonna have a happy family. You might reunite with a soulmate as well. I feel like there's going to be a lot of emotional fulfillment in the career. And for some of you, it has to do with children. or nostalgic energies. I feel like you're learning a lot about how to ascend, learning about shadows, learning about your anxieties, learning about the heavy stuff within that no longer serves you, that maybe brought in this trickster, confusion energy, veil energy. So you're studying it, you're studying your shadows, you're seeking them out instead of them running your show, running your life. Okay, and that's why you have a whole new beginning, a whole fresh start going on here, Aries. I feel like you're very inspired when it comes to communication. You're a very good communicator, and you might even be one of those people that preach it. So like, you know, like the Holy Spirit comes upon you, so to speak, and you just start preaching the word of God. You know, preach spirit. You know, some of you guys are channelers, psychics. Some of you guys are communicating through art and song. You might be communicating on social media as well. People are hearing you. You are inspired. Your voice is inspired. Okay. And people are seeing you as very inspired, very on fire. There's a lot of logical thinking when it comes to home life. But I do see a lot of you calling in a harmonious relationship. Really overcoming insecurities and attachments, and being able to like come out of mental unrest and into mental clarity as well in the home life, at least. So maybe some of you guys, if you're not with a person, your home is going to be very sound and stable, mentally stable, very clear. I like that. You know, just really making logical decisions instead of like letting the emotions take over. Some of you guys are still juggling the confusing energy that you've had to experience in your past relationships. It kind of gets in the way of you clearly expressing the love that you have. It sometimes gets in the way of your connection to your children or your inner child. For some of you, you're trying to heal from this distorted energy in order to be there for your children or your inner child as well. I think in time, this will balance out, the confusion will cease, and you'll be able to express more and more what it is you came here to express. A lot of things in this previous relationship or in your life was built on fear and illusion. That's coming to light. You're starting to see that that relationship caused all that, and you're allowing it to fall. You're allowing it to collapse completely. And there's a little bit of juggling going on with that. But I think in the long run, it's going to make you so much more healthy. So you're learning the truth about this old relationship or about relationships, or how you are in relationships that make you confused, that trick you, that deceive you from your path, that take away your energy, that take away your creative energy, take away your creative powers. Okay, you're learning this and you're moving into your power, so that you can start again, this death and rebirth thing. It's a new start. It's a new investment within yourself. Some of the investment might be learning, seeking higher truths, learning about your shadows. You're collapsing duality, and you're building something through the consciousness of your oneness. The Tower also represents this break, maybe leaving a relationship to invite a true relationship, maybe somebody from your past or past life. Others of you, it's breaking down the fear so that you can move into your childlike, playful innocence and do a career that you truly love and build a relationship with your children or with a lover, a nostalgic lover. That's something that could be really fulfilling. Some of you guys might be having a new child with this lover. And a lot of fresh, young energy. I like I said, it really does feel like you're around children, or there's just this lovely heart opening going on, an innocent energy in the new groups of friends you're making, or in the old groups of friends you're making. And sort of, you're pulling the knives out of your back, and you're seeing what each one is, like what each knife represented, the deception of each knife. Maybe how you manifested it too, from holding on to old things and not realizing it didn't serve you anymore. It's like you've become very enlightened to what has held you back and no more. For you, it's like if you're not on this train to emotional fulfillment and happiness, then you're out. Like it's like that's it. Aries, you mean business at this point. You mean business. All right, advice from Spirit, please. Three of Pentacles. I searched for God and found only myself. I searched for myself and found only God. So yeah, it's like you're looking for what reflects you. You want to collaborate with God. You want to collaborate with the divine. Anything that's duality, trickstery, anxiety producing, built on fear. No, you're working with God now. You're building something strong that can stand the test of time. All right. Be drunk with love, for love is all that exists. It's letting go, some of you, of addictions to people, to substances, or people who are addicted to substances. You're letting go of thinking of love in a, what do I want to say? What's the word? What's the word I want to say? You're thinking of love in a way that's like cynical. You're not cynical about love anymore because you have a whole new relationship with love. It's very much more innocent and childlike. The cynic is collapsing when it comes to love. So you're not creating that trickster energy anymore. Dance until you shatter yourself. You're going to be juggling for a while because this transition is very extreme for you. Some of you are literally collapsing the illusion of duality and separation. So just dance with it, roll with it until it's completely shattered. All right. Laugh as much as you breathe, love as long as you live. There's just a celebration energy. It's telling you to celebrate. Move into that childlike, nostalgic innocence. You are manifesting a lot of that sweet, fun energy of laughing and having fun, okay? So there's these limitations that you're breaking. There's one way of breathing that is shameful and constricted. Then there's another way, a breath of love that takes you all the way to infinity. So basically infinity, the eternal self, the true self, the mature self, I guess, is one way of looking at it. It's like not being limited by the constructs of fear and getting out of the mental prison. Why do you stay in prison when the door is wide open? You're moving out of mental prison. You're no longer allowing your shadows of fear and trickery and duality and confusion over aggressive confidence to run your life for you. You're freeing yourself from a lot of energy that blocks you from your creative flow, from your inner childlike natural self. So it's an end. It's not just you're you're totally doing this. Like you're like your fear, you're out. Your confusion, you're out. You know, you're blah blah blah, you're out. I'm only embracing this pure childlike innocence. What does the Seven of Inspiration wants to say? This person, of course, doesn't want to be apart from you. So this person that you're cutting out does miss you. I don't really get much that it matters. But you're pretty much, this separation's very much in alignment to what you need right now, Aries. Sorry, I keep dropping these. Okay. It's not you, it's me. There's some inner work that needs to be done. So I feel like you're saying that to them a little bit. I don't know, like, it's just cutting it off. Whether it's them or you or whoever's fault it is, it just needs to be cut off. It's an energy that's tricky, it's illusory, and it's time to celebrate your childlike innocence and have fun again. Some of you guys are actually calling in this new soulmate. You're cutting off an old energy to call in something way more fun. Some of you guys are having a reunion, a union with a divine counterpart or a soulmate. All right, so some of you guys, it could be the same person. You're cutting out an old energy that doesn't serve relationships, that tricks you. It makes you cynical about love, moving into more childlike openness to bring this person back. So that could be for some of you, but a lot of you are on a path of marriage, happily ever after, family, children, joy in work, because you've gotten smart and you've said what is not emotionally fulfilling is out. So you're moving on to another level of commitment to yourself, to God, and to other people around you, and to this soulmate coming in. So let me know if that resonates, Aries. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And till the next time, I hope you enjoyed that, and see you later.